Hello there, and welcome to Thank the Maker, a podcast about heroes, princesses, scoundrels, hokey religions, ancient weapons, and all things Star Wars. I'm Adam Russell.
Hey, everyone. Hi, guys. It's Nick Gambarian.
Hey, friends. It's Mike Forrester, and you're wondering why we look a little bit different tonight. And we have a story for that. But first, how are you guys?
Hello.
Hello, I'm good. I'm tired, but I'm good.
We have had a lot of things happen over the last couple of weeks. Some of you have been touring. Some of you have been doing Mosh Eisleying. Some of us were Dragon Conning. Some of us were really just exploring all of these crazy things that we've been doing. Should we do a brief little recap of Mosh Eisley as an event? Our first time ever in Atlanta.
Yeah.
It was
my first time in Atlanta to do an event, but you guys are seasoned veterans.
You've never been to Atlanta?
The city? Never?
Why would I ever need to go?
Yeah, true.
You know, Outcast, good vegan food.
I can't say that. Well, Outcast, that's a good point.
If you want to torture yourself with an airport, you can go for that.
Humidity.
Sure, that is. Yeah,
Put that at the top of the list.
That is true. That is true. We had a great event. We did Mosh Eisley at Atlanta for the first time. We were listening to the peoples to say, I don't even know where I'm looking right now. I'm looking at you guys, but this is weird over here. Hello. We listened to the peoples of who represented Dragon Con. We're like, you guys need to come down here. It was an incredible display of what is going on here, is how I would describe Dragon Con. Walking,
it's definitely not what we expected.
I think as us coming from mostly the land of Star Wars Celebration, or I think in our time that we've explored these other cons, right? Between MegaCon, San Diego Comic-Con. Everyone was kind of like, dude, you just kind of hang out. You walk around, you chill. And I was not expecting how chill it was, but not chill at all, because there was an insane amount of people there. I remember walking through one of the lobbies, because the whole con is basically 3 hotels mashed together. And I was like, okay, I just got passed by Beetlejuice. I just passed Rick and Morty. I have seen what I assume are Sailor Moon characters. And then I saw the Spartans from 300. More Mandalorians than I can count.
Yeah, per capita cosplay at Dragon Con is like the most I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And
it was crazy.
The biggest variety too.
Yeah. And then in a parallel sense, I think I would almost say that the same for Mosh Eisley. There was probably the most, it wasn't our biggest Mosh Eisley, but I would say most people had some sort of something that they put together for Mosh Eisley. So that was great.
I would say, like the recent ones, we've had a lot of people that wore some kind of something that they made for Mosh Eisley, but this maybe had even more that were almost full-blown costume kits, helmets, armor, everything, because we had the Mandalorian theme. We let people know that ahead of time, so it seems like the combination of Dragon Con already being on that level, us giving people a prompt, and the enthusiasm around a theme really just popped off all the costumes.
Yeah, it was awesome.
It's pretty sick.
It was super fun. We stayed and we did an Airbnb, so it was super fun to kind of everyone took out their helmets. We all painted with a consistent matching colors and paint schemes, and that was really fun to just kind of see everyone take their helmet out of their bag, and we lined them all up. It looked awesome. But really, I think the themes are becoming really fun for people to kind of design around. I think it injects a little bit of almost a little bit of structure into people's creativity. Like, Raimi from the Dad Batch made this insane leather biker kind of punk rock Mandalorian. We saw some.
It looked so good.
It was so sweet. And then we had
a helmet lit up, right?
The helmet lit up right in the middle. Yeah, we had Chewbacca walking around. Our friends Colin from the. I mean, we had our own droid. Our buddy Hunter Smoke made a droid. Him and our other buddy Craig made a Mosh Eisley droid.
Oh, so clutch.
The only
part on stage all night. It was great.
It was hanging right, and I was like, he's part of the band, man.
What was his name? The droid. What do they call him?
M.O. I think it's M.O.
5H.
Yeah, 5H was Mosh, basically.
Yeah.
They're calling him Mo for short.
Calling him Mo, which I like. I like it a lot. And the only part that didn't work was because I think they were using it too much, was the Jello shot dispenser down the bottom. So Mo parties, Hunter and Craig did an amazing job. I actually got to paint a part of it on the foot. I actually put thank the maker on the foot.
Teamwork.
Yep, that's right. So it was an incredible display of creativity. Once again, Mosh Eisley people, our favorite kind of people. It was an amazing event. And I'm sure Princess and Scoundrel is going to dive in a little bit deeper. But all in all, like, I'm very happy to close the year out of Mosh Eisley with that event, because that was, we had a crazy year for Mosh Eisley, and I'm very proud of the work we've done.
Same. It was a big one. And we learned a lot too. Talking about what, cons having different vibes, we learned a lot. So moving forward, we have some opportunities to use some knowledge.
Right.
So it's good.
Yeah.
That was all great and fun, but we did get some bad news the other day.
We did.
Of course, as I'm sure everyone has heard by now. James Earl Jones has become one with the Force at 93. A long, incredibly accomplished, prestigious life. What a legend. Dude lived a hell of a life. So easy to be bummed, but also easy to just celebrate and be happy for the amount of time that we did have the dude on the earth.
What more could you ask for 93 successful years? Like being connected to the most famous villain ever on top of everything else that he's done. I didn't see a lot of people mentioning Coming to America. I saw a lot of, was it Sandlot, right?
Yep, of course.
Field of Dreams.
Which I didn't see too much Coming to America, but
right.
I feel like people, I thought about it for a second, but it seemed a little too lighthearted for
funny, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but the Grinch, I mean, and his Star Wars story, for I think a lot of people that don't understand, is his voice made the character of Darth Vader. I mean, there is no Darth Vader without the voice of James Earl Jones. And what is a pretty incredible story for him was he got this voice role, and George knew his voice because he had done things like the Grinch. He had done all these radio edits, and he goes, "We need someone like James." And he was so worried that, first of all, like many people thought, this crazy sci-fi adventure was going to fail, and he didn't want to be really a part of it. So I think he ended up doing the project for, I think, $8,000 to $10,000, and then just said, "Don't put my voice in here because I don't want people to think James Earl Jones."
Or no, don't put my name in the credits.
Don't put my name in the credits. Yeah, sorry. Yeah. And I don't think he went credited until Return of the Jedi, possibly Empire Strikes Back. Is that correct?
Yeah, when we covered those movies back in the day, we mentioned that. I think it wasn't until Return of the Jedi.
Yeah, I think that's right. So it kind of goes to show you that, his dedication to, and he had a great quote about saying, that's just my voice, but David Prowse he's the reason why you're scared of him, right? He's the costumers and the way that David Prowse carries him is the reason you're scared of him. My voice is just my voice. And people would disagree with that 100%, but I think he's just respecting the other artists that are part of it to make Darth Vader who he was. And I think that's kind of shows, it's a testament to who he was as a person who appreciated the arts. And the thing that I love so much is when someone passes away, I think people really go back and they look at some of their other bodies of work, or they look at great interviews. And for a time where race and we're having very important conversations about race and about acceptance in this country for roles for people of color, the way that he carried himself for so many of these interviews was just, it was a masterclass of someone who had patience and also brilliance in how he handled his such a far-reaching approach, such a far-reaching breadth of work in regards to entertainment. Just shows he was truly a force of nature in regards to, I would still say underrated, actually, in terms of when you think of the all-time greats. James Earl Jones, absolutely. So
yeah, you didn't even mention Mufasa.
Yeah,
talking about legendary roles.
I knew I was forgetting one.
that old thing, that old role.
All right, let's move on to some some more happy, fun stuff. But before then, shout out to S13 Danny for the super chat on YouTube. Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, Danny.
Let's do a little unboxing. We got something so nice from the folks at Star Wars because this Friday, the 13th, spooky season, we're getting the next installment of Lego Star Wars with one that I think I would say all Star Wars fans who are even aware of this Lego Star Wars stuff are probably anticipating the most. I feel like the trailer got the biggest reaction. It's Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy. Sort of a what if, a multiverse kind of, butterfly effect if so-and-so thing changed kind of version of Star Wars that includes none other than Darth Jar Jar in the trailer. So we're all super pumped. That's in a couple days. And to help promote it, they're sending out these great gift boxes, and we each got one. So we're going to
show the box
some stuff now.
I have the box right here.
We all have them. And I think too, like when we're talking about Lego Star Wars, like first of all, we're all huge fans of Lego. It's a iconic piece of most kid in America. It is one of the most accessible, most fun, most creative toys that exists in the history of modern times. And Star Wars and Lego have always been some of the most lighthearted, entertaining, funny little displays of being able to break canon, not take itself too seriously. And the video games even are amazing. Like I bought the Star Wars Skywalker saga in COVID or whenever that came out, and I had so much fun playing it. So the fact that they're taking this big of a swing to do Darth Jar Jar and the rest of the characters that are in some of the stuff in here, I'm in. So
give the people what they want.
Let's do it.
Hey, Mike, I don't want to make a liar out of you. I've never built a Lego in my life because you said all of us are big Lego fans. So I've never built Lego in my life.
Well, you don't hate Lego.
Well, you don't.
I don't hate Lego.
There you go. Huge fan.
I've never built Lego in my life.
But you respect. Do you have a Lego in your house though?
As of today, yeah.
This is mind blowing. If you guys are in the chat right now, will you guys please start recommending many sets to Nick Amberian so he can
my brother-in-law is a big Lego guy, and whenever I go back to New York, their family room is covered in a lot of Batman and Star Wars, X-Men, Lego stuff.
Just start dumping money in super chats and YouTube so Nick can buy some Lego. Let's get this dude fixed.
Yeah, no kidding.
So here's the box, big and awesome. I didn't know this was coming today. I totally forgot these were coming and saw this big ass box. Got pumped. I'm going to cut this open. Mike, yours looks open back there, Nick. And we'll just kind of
pre-opened.
We'll take turns showing what each of us have. You know what? And I'm going to switch cameras just to get a little better angle on this thing.
Let's do this right.
Doing it right.
I hope we can do this. Can I do this on here? Oh yeah, I can. There it is. This is live production right here, people.
Should I go through the treats first?
Well, yeah. Star Wars always hooks it up. I think when people get boxes from Star Wars, I always get mad that there's so many good treats.
I'm one of those people who I'm like, ooh, the box is nice. And then I open it and I'm like, I think the box is my favorite part.
Okay, well, it's not letting me change my camera, so that's really annoying. Let's see if this works. Yep, it does. That'll do.
Is eating food on a podcast a really great thing to do?
I've heard I've been told that it sounds great.
If you're into ASMR, it's probably great.
All right, let's unbox this thing like a bunch of influencers.
All right, I have the food portion ready to go. You ready?
You go first, Nick, and we'll just rotate through.
Food portion. We got this Rebuild the Galaxy Rice Krispie treat.
Nice. Sweet treats.
Yeah. And this is fun, once again, for the box. But we got Jedi Bobcorn.
I love this.
Best in the galaxy, it says. Sorry, I'm not talking to the microphone. And here's the back of the box. It says, pop into a night of fun across the galaxy with Jedi Bobcorn, the perfect buttery treat for building or rebuilding a
Oh,
Greebling-filled adventure.
Why
Look at
Bobcorn?
this.
Why
Well,
Bob?
Jedi
you're about to find out, Adam.
Jedi
Oh.
Bob. He's back.
Dang.
Who's Jedi Bob? Bobby Moynihan?
Pointy man, yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, this box is huge. If you guys are joining us over on YouTube, it's actually way easier to see. Hello.
Whoa, I did not realize there were two.
Oh, there's Legos in here, dude.
Mhm.
We're gonna speed build these tonight. So please head over to our YouTube page so you can see Make the Maker on YouTube. Okay, so we have. So I'm with you. So is Bob in here? Did we open this?
I don't believe so. I think it's just popcorn.
I would be disappointed if the dude wasn't in there like a cereal box.
Well, this is fun.
Well, let me tell you something. You're disappointed, Adam, because he's not in here.
Son of
that's
a
true.
bee sting.
We
Well,
do. So we have popcorn. Okay. This is for tomorrow night or Friday night when you start watching. They said, please enjoy this. And, oh, dang. Well, also, did you guys get the... Here.
I'll do the next thing while you're
Yeah.
sussing that out.
You're going to do this thing? I'm doing
You
this
do that thing, and I'll do. We got the Rebuild the Galaxy Jedi Bob Starfighter.
That's what we're going to build.
We're going to build that because the other thing in here is not happening within the constraints of our hour-ish episode.
Okay, so first of all, can we see this? And thanks to Star Wars for sending this over. We appreciate you guys so much. Take a look at this. Can you see this? What'd you want?
Oh,
Trev?
yes.
So great. So great.
This is amazing.
Move to your left.
Can we see it?
Lower a little bit. There we go.
Okay, so if you are sitting here being like, why do I know this? Well, first of all, Star Wars understands that if you want to have a good night at the movies, at home, you got to have a blanket and some snacks. So this makes sense. It's really great. So they have the infamous, that's the wrong word. At this point, it's probably one of the most famous teaser posters of all time. Phantom Menace, when they did the teaser poster, had young Anakin Skywalker, played by Jake Lloyd. And they replaced it. The silhouette of Darth Vader, and they just replaced it with
It's great.
Jar Jar. The Lego
Just
version of Jar Jar.
what a light bulb moment it must have been somewhere at Lucasfilm where they're like, we can't do a what if, the fandom will continue to burn. And then someone was like, what if we just did it Lego? No one's going to take it seriously enough to hate it.
I love that.
And now we have a Jar Jar on the Phantom Menace poster. It's amazing.
It's sick.
canon.
It's the best.
It's canon. So let's go back into this. What do you guys have? You already did the next.
Well, we did the small Lego set.
Yeah, I think it's just the big Lego left.
Look at this bastard. Look at this. Look at this.
Dude.
Unreal.
What about this?
So cool.
What about this? We're talking about snacks.
I was supposed to do this, right? That's what they do when people show stuff. When influencers show stuff, they wiggle it.
Got to have snacks, you guys. These are snacks. We need these snacks. Rice Krispie treats with a custom Rebuild the Galaxy. Look how fun this is. Look at you guys. Look at that.
It's great.
And then a nice little postcard kind of thing. Join our watch party September 13th. Darth Jar Jar, Tie Wings, and Vader. Question mark? Get ready for the Star Wars galaxy to be shaken up in a whole new way. Tune into Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy, a 4-piece animated special coming to Disney Plus, and join the conversation with @StarWars on social.
Well, we are certainly going to do that.
Gonna do it.
I'm very excited for this. So now people can know who wasn't going to watch this on Friday, though. We are always so starved for new Star Wars content. I do wonder about this. Okay, so if you're just joining us over on live, we are Star Wars sent these over. We're very grateful for this because I love building Lego with my kid or just by myself. In case you're an 8-year-old, in case you're a 40-year-old man, they're actually super fun to continue to build and rebuild which is part of why this series was. It's a single movie, I think, right?
4-part thing.
4 parts about what if things got all mixed up in the Star Wars galaxy.
Time traveler moves a chair.
Basically.
Yada, yada, yada. Shout out to S13 Danny again for the super chat on YouTube. Thank you so much.
So let's get the characters going. You can see that indeed we have Stormtrooper Mon Cala, Akbar troopers. It's a trap. Amazing.
And there's a whole bunch of them, right, in the trailer.
Totally in there. Someone was like the Black Falcon. Did you guys get the Black Falcon?
Of course we did.
That's what
And
it
that
is.
little gonk is called Servo, which is great because I've been on a Mystery Science Theater kick lately.
Oh,
And
Tom.
Tom Servo. Love it.
All right.
Dude, I'm eating this popcorn.
Are you?
Hold on.
My lady's favorite snack is popcorn, so I'm going to save that for her tomorrow
Well, this is for her then right now.
or Friday.
Someone said if they're a dark side Falcon.
Mike, you're ruining the ASMR.
Sorry.
Buttery popcorn. That sounds disgusting. If you
Is it supposed to be like arousing? Is that what ASMR is?
Yeah, but if you like this, you're weird and messed up. This should not arouse you. It sounds gross.
What if I don't like it, but I am aroused? Very confused.
I think they cancel each other out.
What is going on in this episode? Look at this.
We're about to find out.
Darth Jar Jar. Look at Vader, though. Are we looking at this? I mean, this is so great. Look at this.
Yeah,
Okay.
that
Oh,
Vader.
white suit Vader.
Okay, so we have Jedi Vader. Let's go through these characters right here.
Wait,
In
is it
this-
Jedi Vader or just a white
Yes.
suit?
No, dude, it's Jedi Vader. Look at the front.
Oh, yeah, because he's...
And blue lightsaber too.
Damn.
So
Darth
we-
Jar Jar
we-
and then some other...
Beach Luke, Jedi Vader, Bounty Hunter C-3PO, Darth Dev, Darth Jar Jar, and Darth Ray.
Nice.
So this
Did you
is-
see at San Diego Comic-Con they had like a human-sized white suit Vader?
Yes.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Oh my gosh, this is amazing.
Badass.
Okay, so we're gonna build this at probably a different time, but today I think for fun, I am.
You know
gonna
what we should do?
race- What?
We should do that as a patron exclusive hang. Do that,
Build our Dark Falcons.
do those separately, yeah.
It's a good idea. But right now, over on our YouTube channel, or maybe live here, I'm going to race my friends, Nick and Adam of Thank the Maker, live on
Oh
YouTube.
boy.
All right. Gentlemen,
Shall we open and start knolling?
Start your speeders.
Let me know if this angle sucks too bad, and if it does, then I'll back out.
No, you're great. You're great.
I didn't do it yet.
I'm about to choke on corn kernels.
You ever die on YouTube?
There we go. Contents revealed.
Mm.
Is it good? Hang on, I gotta plug in my. Oh. So dark. We're doing
1,
this.
2, 3, 4 bags.
Okay,
And then a rogue piece.
you too, Bender. Yeah. Okay.
A rogue piece which I can't identify.
You talking about this piece?
Yeah, why is it by itself?
Well, well, well.
Oh, I got stickers too. Decals, rather. Decals. That's what they call them.
Okay, so does everyone have their
Deckle.
bags out? When are we going to start this?
I mean, we can count it down if we're all ready.
Where are the patrons in here? I want to see what they're talking about.
It's the real ASMR for the kids. Patrons about these noises. All right, I'm ready when you guys are ready.
Okay.
We're eating popcorn, building Lego.
This is great. This is like we're hanging out. Okay.
So
Are
we
doing
also
this?
asked our Discord for some fun what if scenarios. So I'll read through those and we could chat.
Yeah, we're not just gonna for you audio listeners, and you're not just gonna hear for the next 40 minutes. We're gonna talk. Nick, you want to actually queue one up, like pick a good one to start, and we'll talk as we get going.
You know, I think something we've covered before, but we might as well bring up our feelings on what Nicole Rourke asked, and what if Jar Jar was actually a Sith Lord? So I assume we have to think about that in the sense of he's a Sith Lord from when we see him in the Phantom Menace. And what that would mean.
Do we think he's going to be the only Gungan Sith Lord, or is this going to be kind of a Dathomiri Zabrak kind of thing?
I don't know. This is where the fun in the question is, because if Jar Jar is a Sith Lord in the Phantom Menace, then does Darth Maul not exist?
No, he's in the trailer.
Oh. Okay.
I'm just saying.
Yeah, but is he not?
There's
a
only
Sith
two.
Lord?
There's only two Siths. So.
Oh. So is he Palpatine?
That's what I'm saying. We're having fun with it.
Is Maul Jar Jar's apprentice?
That's kind of fun. But then, where's Palpatine?
Well, doesn't matter.
Just a cheery senator. Hey guys.
We'll watch it career with great interest.
I mean, if everything is upside down, which seems like the idea behind Rebuild the Galaxy, then yeah, Palpatine would probably just be a really good politician.
Palpatine is Bail Organa.
Ooh. Okay.
Okay.
All right. You have my attention. I don't know. My favorite part that I've seen so far is, well, just the reveal. He still talks like Jar Jar, but he's
and it's played by Ahmed Best, which I love.
Welcome back.
I love that.
Where's this little textured piece that only has? Oh, or is it? Got it. But where the hell are those pieces?
It's important you have a really flat table.
I have no space.
Yeah.
I'm like worried about literally stuff falling on the floor. The cape is in this little box, by the way.
It tracks. So Nick,
in the patron chat,
it's blowing my mind that you've never
predictions. Are we going to finish at all? And if so, who's going to finish first?
Me.
I already dropped something, so Mike.
Yep. And I'm sure it's like some people when they build Legos, like they have a process. Of like
a lot of people like to know everything, as in lay out all their pieces and sort of organize them by
color, shape.
Right. Which I'm sure would be very helpful and sounds like a really fun OCD exercise, but we don't have time for that.
Right. So instead, we're just going to build.
Build it.
You know what I just remembered? I do have some unofficial minifigs that I bought at Philly Fan Expo of Ahsoka, Chopper, Captain Rex.
See?
Technically,
dude, you guys.
Technically Darth Vader, but like, and Mustafar, Anakin, and my favorite thing because of the armor that I own, but I have Clone Wars Mandalorian armor, Obi-Wan.
Yeah, I love that. I love that so much.
When I was a kid, I don't think I ever built a kit. I was
Same.
the kind of kid, I just had a big tub of Lego.
Definitely.
I just love to I'd start building something.
I think I was well into my 40s, and I'm 44 now, when I realized that they come with directions.
That is great.
That's how little I know about Legos.
That's a very Nick Gambarian thing.
Here's Jedi Bob.
Nice.
I think growing up, like, there was a fun part about the fact that some of the kits, they didn't have the extensive licensing that they do now, but like some of the kits, like you were really using your imagination. I thought the Lego movie captured so many people and how they treated things. Like my dad would acetone some of the faces off so that I could draw my own faces on there if I wanted them to look different, And the Lego movie, I just think captured, with the little broken pieces, or, the visor was always missing or something. I just thought they captured the nuance of kids who played with Legos really hard. I thought those details were awesome. But
mine were wrecked.
Because I remember making X-Wings before they had X-Wing kits. And
so was there a time, like if I bought them Legos in the 80s?
No, there were no Star Wars Legos.
Okay,
go.
We should point out and apologize for not saying Lego.
It's Lego, not Legos.
But since we're not enthusiasts, we're just going to butcher it all night long, and you're going to have to deal with it.
Please do not.
By the end of this podcast, I might have built 2 minifigs.
I have little servo right there.
This is fun. We love Lego. We should do this again.
We're absolutely going to do it again with patrons.
I think a big deterrent for me is the issue for building Legos is
space.
It's space, because I don't even have space for any of my Star Wars Black Series, any Hasbro thing, anything.
Right.
So building them, I'd be like, what do I do with it now?
Right. Well, you put it in large, expensive IKEA shelves, and that's kind of what you do. So why don't you just do that, and you're good, dude.
Let's go to another fun question here. You ready? Yeah. From MC Rocco. What if Maul kills Anakin flying by him on the speeder bike?
Anakin, don't duck.
Does Palpatine still rise to power without Anakin? And if he does, how long does the Empire rule if Luke and Vader don't exist?
That's a great question.
Well, hey, if let's bring the first question back.
Okay.
How about Palpatine and Jar Jar then? Well, no, Maul would still be in this scenario.
I mean, maybe not.
Yeah.
Maybe Maul is actually Luke. Wait.
From Dathomir? Luke Skywalker from Dathomir?
Maybe Maul is actually Obi-Wan, because we know how upsetting that would be. Kenobi.
There's a good
dang it.
A good Obi-Wan question later on.
All
right, let's go.
I don't have
the blue guy 808. The blue guy 808 says, what if Anakin Skywalker survived and escaped the Death Star with Luke?
Well, we have Jedi Vader. We know that confirmed. I like this theory.
I've thought about this. We've talked about it a little bit. It's like Kylo Ren. He has to die. He's a war criminal. He's like put in carbonite or executed. There's no getting around it. You can save the whole galaxy, but if you kill that many people, like Hitler can't just turn over and be like, guys, I'm good now.
Right.
Yeah.
He has to die. Yeah, maybe.
Maybe Luke is like, hey, Dad, can I talk to you over here for a second?
Hey, listen.
Smash, dead.
Listen, there's a couple people kind of mad at you. Just a couple of things.
Can I talk to you for a second?
Adam, what page are you on? I'd like to know.
14.
Okay. Well, I'm on 8.
I'm on page 20.
I'm already stumped.
Well, Mike's whooping us.
On page 25. Let's do this.
I'm already stumped. Where's this one piece?
Mike has Dad's dad skills. He's
extensive.
He's been practicing.
But
and-
also, it takes a lot of patience to build Lego, and parents who are out there totally know that, like, watching your kid put on a sticker crooked is the ultimate form of letting go.
oh God.
Right. Or me like being like, hey, I don't think that's where it goes, and my daughter being like, Dad, I look at the instructions too. And
Sure about that?
You sure about that?
Sure about that? It's the ultimate form of letting go. Truly a wonderful moment.
Well, one of the many reasons my wife and I will not be having kids.
My wife.
This is my beautiful wife.
When you went in to get vasected, you were
Yes.
like, well, I can't deal with the Legos, the kids making the Legos wrong. The doctor was like, snip, there you go, I get it.
I'm with you. F those kids.
All right. It's good. Put stickers on here, guys. Let's try to get this made, okay? Let's fly through.
Slow down, bud. Embarrassing us.
I'm in the
This is a
am I
power
missing a
move.
piece portion of Lego.
Sure.
Gears and stuff? What's up?
Okay.
Oh, I got to put a little who's it on the bottom of that.
Okay. Good here. This is fun. This in the front. Good. Excellent. Okay, so now we're going to do 2 of these.
Yeah. That's that way. What should, yeah, there it goes.
That's where I'm at so far. Okay.
Looking good.
All right. What's up with the what else we got? What other good questions we got? I like this. What's up, patrons? What's up, YouTube?
Let me get something. Okay. What if Luke was taken to Alderaan and Leia was taken to Tatooine? From Physics Buddy Joe. I love this one.
I love that question. So what do we think? What's our theory?
Prince Luke, first of all.
Sure.
He's gonna get a haircut like the He-Man Prince Adam.
Yes. Who I was for Halloween more than once.
Nice.
But does Luke gain the same respect as Princess Leia did?
I mean, think about Luke's personality traits.
He's so whiny when we meet him. But that's
Yeah,
also because he was on a backwater planet. That seems to be the most popular planet in Star Wars that no one's ever heard of.
Think how much worse he would be as a prince, though.
Oh, gosh.
Intolerable.
I was going to that boo to get some patty sippers.
Yeah.
I don't know if this is hilarious to anyone else. I really think I'm missing a piece.
You're not. Lego doesn't miss.
I'm literally on page 8 on the third little square thing, and I don't have that extra top blue thing.
Oh, there went something.
Come on, guys. Lego quality control never misses. It's user error 99.99%.
I believe it, but damn, where's this one little blue guy?
He gone.
Good. All right, cool.
All right, I'll just get another question going. Okay.
I'm blowing
Wait,
it,
did we answer this at all in any way that we're happy with?
No.
So I think
Leia and Ben Kenobi would have been a thing, which we kind of got in the series anyway.
I think she would have been a way better Jedi right out of the gate.
I agree.
I think Luke would have been a little prick, and it actually could have made for a really fun story if you think about, you know, she has to reveal to him, you know, she has to reveal to him where he comes from. He has to deal with that. Has to overcome like all the privilege stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's pretty interesting, to be honest.
I think it's more the dynamics of being like there were not a lot of female politicians in the world of Star Wars in the time that we had saw them. And so that's why she had an important role, because she was beyond badass, but also had a somewhat unique perspective. Just like her mom, right? So you kind of look at that from the perspective of being like, would Luke have been important at all, or would he have just been another yapping person in the Senate?
I mean, that's kind of like, that's a cool character point of conflict. Imagine them kind of being at odds,
Right.
and he's not, maybe he's not part of the rebellion.
Oh yeah, true. He's on Mon Mothma's party list.
Yeah.
Yo.
And he's,
Whoa.
he doesn't have to be truly evil, but evil, he inherently he would inherently kind of perpetuate the evil in the galaxy just by being just a privileged, whiny little shit.
Right.
It's like, well, if we rebel, then what do I do with my permanent content?
I'm dropping stuff. I literally can't find this one piece.
Come on, dude.
Dude, I know. I was
Nick.
actually having fun. And now I'm like, I want to die. This is
Nick,
Show's canceled.
ridiculous.
come on, Nick.
Can't have nice things. I'm missing a piece, dude.
I don't believe it.
I don't
just
believe it either. I'm actually mad. I was
I
having
don't
a
believe
good time.
I just don't believe it. Okay, let's see. Over
All
here.
right, here's the next question from Sky's the Limit. What if Ahsoka hadn't left Anakin after her name was cleared?
Oh, I hate that question.
No Darth Vader.
I hate
Yeah,
that question.
yeah. I think Anakin would have just kind of had a lot more chill.
Yeah, I hate that question because it was so necessary that I don't even want to think about it. For all of Star Wars, I love it. But God, it's great. But the thing is, though, is that like, was his submission to the dark side inevitable? I think that's an interesting question to pose too, right?
Yeah, is it Judgment Day?
We're
Maybe.
we're not gonna make it, are we?
I think he just would have left the order, and there would be, I don't know, I could see that sort of speeding along what we eventually get with Rey and kind of this new era of Jedi that hopefully, like, we'll see what happens in the film, but can kind of deal with emotions in a more productive way, a more constructive way.
I like that. I think
that would be my hope.
Yeah. I mean, I think in the series, when in the Ahsoka series, you see how their rapport, in the world between worlds, and I think that there is a sense of him having purpose, which I think would be a lot more. It would just lend him to not turning, like leaning into his feelings. But I also think the Palpatine scenario wouldn't be as intense if Ahsoka was there to anchor him.
Well, and I think the other part of it is like, does he further himself into the idea that the Jedi need to change? Would he actually lead the track? Would he lay the track out for showing that the Jedi do inherently also have conflicting philosophies of are all attachments bad, right? Because I mean, that's kind of what the Jedi fell because of those strict policies. So would Anakin continue to lead the charge of reforming the Jedi into a new order?
Or if Ahsoka stuck around, does Palpatine just come up with a plan B? Does he kill Ahsoka?
Sure. Ooh, that's dark, dude. That's very dark. I like it though.
I mean, he's,
the greatest Sith Lord of all time.
Maul is captured. He's done.
Mm-hmm.
Dooku's dead. Asajj is out. So Palpatine has to kill her himself.
Right. Can he do it?
I mean, he may have a new apprentice by that point, if things had gone down differently with the Order. But you know what I mean?
I do.
Think about when was season 5? That was.
I'm just looking for a piece.
That was still like maybe just after episode 2, right? Just after Attack of the Clones, yeah.
Yes.
Nick, move on from that little gonk. Screw it. He's dead.
Gonk, gonk.
Boy.
Here, right here.
I literally had 2 pieces made, and one of them fell on the floor and fell into the abyss because I can't find it.
Come on, dude.
Dude, believe me, this is not how I wanted this to go.
Lego
It's hot in here. I'm
Lego,
sweating.
Lego didn't send this over so that you could just drop this stuff on the ground.
Yeah, well, I have about 1 foot worth of desk space. Did not prepare for this.
Do you know how many people in our Patreon right now would want to be building this Lego? Really, just think about it. We're over here dropping Lego.
Just think about it.
All right, next question. What if Ben Solo survived after saving Rey, also from Sky's the Limit?
Same thing, like I said earlier, war criminal. Gotta go. Gotta go.
Really? Does he?
He's out, bro.
Come on.
Not a good guy. Not a good track record on that.
No,
that guy.
No, you're right.
He did.
You gotta go. You gotta go.
Well, sticker 7 goes on this thing.
Here we go. Look at me.
Looking good.
Thank you.
Check me out. You ready?
Wait, did we take a poll at the beginning of who thought that?
We all said you.
Oh, wow. Okay. What about
Everybody.
What about the patrons?
Everyone said you.
That's you guys. Thank you so much. It makes me feel so nice. Well, guess who's not going on tour though?
Damn it! I did my sticker backwards. OCD will not let me move forward like that.
All right, next question from Gararok B. What if Han never found Chewie and became a high-ranking officer in the Imperial Army?
Wow.
He's certainly capable.
He
certainly has that side to him. We have a lot to thank Chewbacca for.
I think he'd still bail, but I could see him going like the Callus route.
Yeah.
I could see him really butting heads with a lot of higher ups, even as an accomplished officer.
I think in the way that he was raised, it would be too advantageous. I agree. I think his turn or understanding that the Empire was bloated. I think someone who's grown up with his background it's inevitable that I think that all big, Tobias Beckett kind of working the Imperial Army over and getting right in there. I think Han would have either seen him and executed him and said, God, this guy was onto something. I don't know. It's hard to say. I think people's upbringings inform things later in life for them. And
yeah, I mean, he was scoundrelly already and kind of looking out for himself, so right. He probably would have screwed over the Empire somehow.
And honestly, I'm fine with that.
You know what?
What?
I can see him still being a smuggler, just being a dirty, crooked,
a corrupt officer.
Yeah, and then at some point, something, he meets Leia.
Yeah, I was going to say Senate. Leia.
He's like,
and that's what turns him.
He goes, "My, what have we here?"
Yeah, there's my question. What if instead of Lando, Han said, "My, what do we have here?"
What do we have here?
All right, next question. My nerd story. What if George Lucas made episodes 7, 8, and 9 right after finishing Return of the Jedi like he originally planned? So not an in-universe question, but just more of a fun one.
Of a question.
So well, he would explore the wills.
The question was, what if George Lucas made episodes 7, 8, 9 right after finishing Return of the Jedi?
What were you saying, Adam?
He would explore the nature of the wills. That was his plan.
Yes. Nature of the wills. Sticker sheet.
I think there would be Han Solo and Leia Organa babies.
Yeah.
I know that's what happened in the expanded universe, but I do like that idea.
Would Mara Jade be part of it?
I mean, it's hard to say because he didn't write that stuff. So,
yeah, he famously was not into that shit.
Yep, he was not. He was not. So you EU nerds, just take a chill pill for a second, okay? Because Lego Galaxy is EU now.
Here's a fun one. Also, I guess it's half in universe, half out of universe from Gra Rock B. What if story of the year, Bayside, Yellow Card, and a random band of your choice were forced to play at Jabba's Palace, Jabba's Barge, and the Boonta Eve Classic forever?
That sounds like a sick circuit, to be honest.
Yeah.
I would not get myself involved in that.
I'll tell you one thing, our in-ear monitors would not work.
No.
We'd be very angry.
Sure.
There'd be sand in the wires like there were in what do you call it recently?
Some Clatoonian would be running sound for you, and you'd be yelling at him, and he'd just blast you. Ichuta.
Yeah, I can't.
What would be the random band of your choice?
I think I get to pick because it's not my band.
I think that's a good idea. Give us an answer, bro.
Well, I'm thinking. Dang it.
I think, here we go. I'm going to lead the witness. You ready, Mike? A band that hasn't played a show since 1989. The members of that said band have gone on to
Operation
be pretty
Ivy.
good. Yeah, oh, there you go. Ding, ding, ding.
You don't even have to. You don't even have to lead the witness.
Mike, it's 1989. Stand up and take a look around.
That's right. The sound system's gonna bring me back up.
I don't know what any of these words mean.
That's amazing. Oh, look at this. Now, if you know the infamous of Lego, we got it right there. The blue milk.
Oh,
Wow.
nice.
There we go, right there.
Cute.
And a banana, because you know what? You got to make sure you're getting your potassium even in a galaxy far, far away. It goes right in here, just so people can see. Put it right in there.
Hey, man,
Yummer.
I have to tell you, this Bobcorn is way too kernely.
What?
I'm gonna break a tooth on this crap.
Are you sure? It says it was perfect on the box. It literally says that.
Well,
Must have gotten the wrong one.
Oh, no, wait. It says perfect buttery treat.
mm,
Well, that's
Is the
just like your
butter
opinion,
perfect?
Bob. The flavor is good. The kernels are too much.
okay. Well, thank you to Lego for sending those over.
Are you sure you're not just chewing on Legos?
Oh,
All right,
thanks.
next
Popcorn's supposed to be
question.
purple?
Also from Gra Rock B. What if Anakin let Windu cut down Palpatine in that moment? Very interesting.
Ooh.
Yeah.
I have an idea.
Okay.
I just have like what I think. I don't know what would happen after that, but I think they would cover it up,
Okay.
Acolyte style.
Yo,
Yeah.
I like that idea. What would they say though? What's the an unfortunate mining accident?
Yeah. Oops, he fell.
There is no Death Star. I think it would further the rift between those two,
Mm-hmm.
and he would probably still end up killing him at
Think
some
so?
point.
Yeah, I agree.
Because
agree with that.
I mean, his brain, his mind has already been poisoned by then. Already been
Right.
tainted with the idea of Palpatine being the link to the power, the pathway to the power to save Padme. So then, who does he go to after that? Who's left? What dark side user is left? Does he go free Maul somehow?
Yeah, Maul is around, right?
Oh wait, no. Maul has escaped because at the end of season
Mhm.
7 of the Clone Wars.
Yep. He's around though.
Yeah, so
He's
he's just
around.
out somewhere. So would he
Mhm.
go on a mission to find Maul?
Mm.
Would it be the kind of thing where it becomes Anakin and Maul instead of Ezra and Maul at some point,
Ooh.
but maybe earlier?
Honestly, I like that though.
Because Maul knows everything that's happened, that everything that's transpired, he feels it through the Force,
Right.
as it's about to happen. So-
Kenobi.
If Palpatine does get killed at that moment, Maul feels it. He knows it's Anakin. He goes to him next. Because Ahsoka won't take his side. So, of course, he's going to go to Anakin, right?
Patrons, do you agree with this? I want to know. It makes sense to me.
We have from the question asker. Yes, I agree with Adam. It spirals Anakin down the path still.
Fair.
Twisted and evil.
This one, I feel like I don't know that we've talked about it, but I feel like I've heard people talk about this. Okay. It might have just been us, but from Rogue X, what if Luke stayed with Yoda during Empire Strikes Back instead of going to help his friends? They would be dead.
There you go.
That would be a way more interesting dinner party.
Yeah. Luke would have been more powerful, right? He would have finished his training properly.
But would he, if he never learned to fail?
So
think about that.
Does everyone dies, but Luke is more powerful, right?
So does that make him turn dark?
Yeah, there you go.
There's more loss, loss of his... I guess he doesn't know that it's Leia is his sister yet.
No.
Oh, wait a minute. He wouldn't have found out in the movie anyway that Vader was his father.
Right.
Interesting. That's a pretty big one.
Oh, my leg's going numb.
Yeah, that really...
That's a good...
Maybe question. Luke would have gave in to the dark side, even though there's no manipulation or training. Luke would have given into the dark side, like the loss that he felt from everyone dying.
Yeah.
And then in the next movie, he's so powerful in the dark side that Vader's like, "Yo, what's up? You dark side, I'm dark side. I got some news for you." Kills his dad, and Vader's last is like, "I'm your father." That's where he tells him.
And he's like, "Wait, what?
That's pretty brutal.
I already killed you."
And then the whole thing flips dying. There, or what?
Yeah.
I think that's just Dune.
All right.
What happens there? Does he just go dark, like it's too late for me kind of thing, or what?
Yeah, there's precedent story-wise for that. Maybe he just goes to Octo and lives a life of solitude anyways.
Oh yeah, maybe it fast tracks that for a different reason.
Yeah. No
new Jedi Order, nothing. Just no becoming a full Sith. He just exiles himself.
Oh, here's some good points from the Discord. Grarok B says, "I don't think they would all be killed. Han would still be in carbonite," because I guess that was the purpose of Boba being there. Right. But he also says, "I think everyone is still too valuable and would be in jail." I agree with the carbonite thing. Yeah, I don't know that they would necessarily kill Leia. Especially, I mean, Vader. When do you think Vader knows who Leia is? Is it in Return of the Jedi that like he feels it, or did you think he knew? How was that portrayed?
You
have a sister.
He senses Luke's thoughts. Your thoughts betray you, yada yada.
Yeah. Very interesting. All right, everyone's saying they would all be alive, so there you go.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like using them as ransom or whatever is valuable enough to keep them alive.
Yeah,
and it just draws that out maybe.
Also, the Pajamarai says he would be angry at Yoda for holding him back from saving them. So, just further pushing him towards the dark side.
The dark side.
All right, we have a few more. This one's fun. From S13 Danny. What if Grogu picked Yoda's lightsaber over the armor? Well, he'd stay with Luke. Start there. He'd be further along in his Jedi training.
Would he gain a bunch of power and ultimately turn because he ultimately wouldn't be able to deal with the loss, because of his attachment, just like Ahsoka was saying?
Mm-hmm.
Would it be that?
I like that. I mean, that's, we've not necessarily with the lightsaber versus the armor choice. We've definitely talked about and brought up the fact of him just having attachment in general and turning to the dark side, which Disney, if you're listening, even 10 years down the road, I think that's huge.
We'll take it. Give it to us, please.
I'm going to be 54 years old on this podcast, still looking for this missing Lego piece and being like, told you Grogu was going to turn.
Remember what I said when I lost that piece?
What page you on, Adam?
39.
Okay.
You're about to finish that shit, aren't you?
No.
Don't you tell any lies to me.
Give you guys
all right. Still a couple more. Wait, let's see what Discord's saying here. All right. What if, from Jason Chiodo, what if Jyn and Cassian made it off of Scarif and into the leadership of the newly united Rebel Alliance?
I think they would be a lot more bold.
Yeah, I was going to say, hell of a lot more badass, that's for sure.
Win sooner, don't even need Luke.
And they have, I don't know if by bold, Mike, you mean reckless. There's more recklessness to
100%
to them. So I wonder if it would almost like, I'm not saying like Saw Gerrera style, but I wonder if it would be a little bit more killy, murdery.
Oh, without a doubt.
Blowy uppy.
Moss murdery.
Yeah. I mean, you still had Mon Mothma to keep things cash.
Right.
We keep it cash.
What else? Any other thoughts on that? I mean, if they completed a big mission there, so like, would they just be? I mean, the word leadership is used here by Jason, so like, would they be high up? Would they be like Mon Mothma's right hand people?
Hard to say because you can see where Mon Mothma is already starting to break from even someone like what's his name? Oh my gosh. Luthen Rael. You can see where like they disagree on things, and I think that's where like that distrust comes in because of their philosophies. Like Luthen and Saw barely trust each other. So I think it's very interesting conceptually to imagine where someone who's reckless enough like Jyn.
You are reckless.
Right. Okay, and cockpit is on.
Beautiful.
I think I'm... Oh. I thought I was way closer.
Mike's on his final bag?
No.
Well.
Another bag.
Well, that's great because we have one question left. So if you're in the Discord and you want to do some last minute questions, send them on in.
Yeah, just put it in the mainstream chat.
Yeah, I'm in the mainstream, so.
Oh, I got to put the banana in there. There it goes. Banana has been placed.
I did have this queued up to be the last question because it is a heavy one. Sextooth asks, what if Maul beat Obi-Wan on Tatooine in Rebels? Wow.
Well, that a version of what we talked about with Maul and Luke could unfurl.
Yeah. Think about Obi-Wan helping getting Luke off Tatooine via Chewbacca and Han. Like that interaction would never happen. Therefore, him sacrificing himself on the Death Star would never happen. It's a lot of implications here. And Adam, what you just said too, if Maul finds Luke.
Yeah, and there's no message from Leia.
Mhm.
I mean, he's got it, but
Help me, Darth Maul. You're my only hope.
Yeah. Who's she asking for help?
well, I mean, imagine that's already sent
Mhm.
because
true.
they
Yep.
don't necessarily have to know that he's dead.
Right. And Maul goes, brilliant, brilliant.
Brilliant. So then she still sends the message, but ultimately because R2's not going to know either. He's not going to play the whole thing for Luke until he finds out. I mean, I guess they go looking, they find out that Obi-Wan is dead.
Mm-hmm.
Or Luke tells him, no, that guy's dead, because maybe he
He
knew
dead.
locally. He did. He gone. And then R2 plays it for him anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And then Luke's like, I can't go, I have chores. And then nothing happens. And then Maul shows up and maybe starts messing with him, and that makes Luke change his mind.
Hey, update. This isn't the piece that I'm missing, but I did find the piece that fell.
Oh, nice.
All right, so start building. Start building.
I'm still
pal.
missing that one piece.
Oh,
It's just for the droid, though.
Yeah.
That little blue thing.
All right, we have a couple more.
Stand or the it's a wing. Oh, yeah.
What if the Ewoks didn't think 3PO was a god? What are the implications of that?
It would have been Jedi jerky, baby.
Yeah. They ate that party.
Yeah.
I mean,
I
what
think
else?
that's
They're
it.
dead. Well, or who knows? Luke could have done something with the Force. Who knows?
You sure about that?
Sure about that? Why? Who knows?
Speaking of, I think you should leave. Did you see that there is a Tim Robinson movie coming out
No way.
with Paul Rudd and early reviews because it just debuted at the Toronto International Film Festival.
Mhm.
It's called Friendship, first of all.
Okay.
And early reviews is that it is actually a 90-minute episode of I Think You Should Leave.
Oh my God, yes. So Tim's in it.
Yeah.
Sick. God, that's amazing. Got to send that to the group.
And
I'm sure everybody
I
knows already.
kind of feel like we'll see it sooner than later because it just like a couple of days ago debuted at the film festival. So maybe by the end of the year we'll get it. All right, back to Star Wars. 43% burnt Anakin asks, what if DJ didn't betray Finn and Rose? Live free, don't join.
Maybe.
Maybe.
If he didn't betray them, Phasma would be alive. They wouldn't have taken down that ship.
Right.
Phasma would be alive temporarily until another opportunity
I'm gonna say
presented itself.
maybe the First Order is like still kicking ass at that point. That's kind of crazy to think about.
I mean, wouldn't they just accomplish their mission and it would be less complicated? You know, you think about that thing with DJ is just kind of like another, you know, like the thing in movies and any kind of writing, any kind of story, you just keep adding
Yeah, but then
obstacles and hurdles.
Then if they don't then they don't get to fight on Crate and they get through the wall and they don't get to escape, and I mean,
But would they even end up Wait. I'm missing something here.
What?
Would they? So at the end of the, how did they end up on that ship with Phasma and DJ turning them in or double crossing them? How did they get to that moment?
Canto Bite?
Yeah.
They captured them on Canto Bite?
Yeah, I thought they tried to escape, right? No, I can't remember. Is that Ray? Who did that? Who's in the patrons right now? As I'm not paying attention at all.
Grarl B says it would fix his stutter.
Well, Finn and Rose were on Canto Bite. Ray was not.
Yes, yes.
God, so many little parts. This is so fascinating how many of these parts already exist, how many they create just for this reason. It's wild.
Do you think that they're made algorithmically at this point?
They definitely do it with software.
Yep.
But how did they make it before that?
Lego designers.
Painstakingly.
Lego designers used to make a lot of money before CAD. It's a real thing. Nope, I did it wrong. Son of a bee sting. Okay.
Who do you think you are? Jumping ahead.
Okay.
These little air intakes are sick.
Are they awesome? Okay.
Dude, I have another little Lego set up there from a birthday years ago that some friends gave me.
You should build it. Hello there.
Hello there. I should. On here. On this here internet.
Here, there's my piece.
Oh, you raised that? Oh, that's the foot. That's cool. I like
It's
that.
a landing gear.
Little gearhead Jones.
I have a follow-up to the Pajamerai and the whole if Maul defeated Obi-Wan.
All right.
He asks, do Maul and Luke kill Vader before either of the twins find out about each other?
Ooh, dark.
Or their father. Yeah.
Dark.
So many good scenarios.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Imagine that. They kill Vader before they find out. Then they do after the fact. And that's what turns Luke back.
That's sick. I like that.
Yeah, that's quite
Lego.
Quite awesome. Okay, so panel.
Also, the Discord is saying I'm going to find this piece by stepping on it, which, hey.
It is true.
It'll be pain well worth it because it's driving me nuts.
It's just, the natural course of things. It's nature. Nick, have you just bailed on the whole project?
Oh, yeah, he's bailed on the whole thing. I'm so grateful that Lego sent that to us.
Yeah. No.
Let's email them back and say, yeah, I gave up.
I podcast in an extremely dark place, and if this piece is anywhere on the floor, I cannot find it. So I'm decided to moderate the questions instead of literally getting on my hands and knees and looking on the floor.
You're like, please send a new box. Okay,
new one, please.
One wing is on. the Jedi ships are awesome. Underrated design, to be honest.
It's so great.
Isn't that awesome? Look how good that is. Yes,
oh, you're done?
Yes. No. I have to build the other side. Okay, box number 4. We'll probably do this in the next 10 minutes, people. I know you guys got to go home while you're already at home.
And we're out of questions.
Come on.
Patrons, what do we got? Tell us your thoughts. Actually, if anyone has any big theories or thoughts that they want to share right now.
Skeleton crew, like, let's just get weird. You want to ask Adam about what it's like to be in a band? Don't ask Nick because he already tells everybody.
Do I?
No, you don't.
Sure about that?
Sure about that?
That was just a little joke. I'm just gonna rib you.
Oh, this. Got it.
Where's the AMA questions? Ask us anything. Ask us your theory. What are they going to search for in Skeleton Crew? Do they search for something in Skeleton Crew?
God, I really want him to go to Batu so badly.
Yes, please.
I would love that so much. Would love it.
I mean, if not, talk about a missed opportunity. Oh, so I was listening to a podcast the other day, speaking of Batu and things like that, called
we love Batu.
Something about the Giants. Something the Giants. Damn it, what is it called? I'm gonna have to look it up. But it's about big companies, and it was a 4 or 5 part series about Disney.
Oh, interesting.
And they unfortunately referenced that woman who made the 4-hour review of the Halcyon a few months ago.
Yeah. Sure.
Because that's gotten so many views, and it is what it is. And what sucks is I'm so mad at her, but I know now that she went on the Halcyon and she had a bad experience.
Mm-hmm. Which happened to some people.
Yeah, which happens anywhere. You do anything that, you can have bad experiences. At hotels, at restaurants, whatever. But I want everyone to know that, or I want her to know. I want to be able to say to her, like, look, I'm sorry you had a bad experience. That really sucks. But you don't speak for all of us. Right. And what you've said publicly has further entrenched this bullshit idea that people are basing off of hearsay.
Right.
And just further entrenching the community in this, whatever the hell you want to call this. Yeah. And it's just making everything worse. It's not making anything better.
What we're seeing too with everything else going on this past week is like the infrastructure to hate exists.
Yep.
Like
it's well supported.
Yeah.
And they said something on that podcast that just made me think. Just generally speaking, when someone I was actually talking about movies with my band the other day, and our guitar player said something like, just typically, if I don't hear anyone talking about something or I hear bad things, I just assume that's the deal. It's probably not a good movie. I move on. And if that was the case, 90% of businesses would be screwed. Because you go on Yelp, what are all the loudest voices? People who had bad experiences. How many people take the time when they have a good experience to really go write about something or blog about it or talk about it on YouTube or on a podcast?
Mm-hmm.
We're a rare exception as a podcast. You know what I mean?
What? Who?
Just
us?
Us, just talking about stuff we like and shutting up about stuff that we don't.
I hate that we like stuff so much.
We're a rare exception. So, I mean, it's always been this way with news. Bad news sells. It's always been that way. But now, for some reason, people seem to believe all the negativity more readily. Mm-hmm. And I don't know why.
Well, we lost what truth was about 9 years ago. That's probably part of it.
It's that damn Sasquatch. I just saw that. Happy Gilmore 2 started filming. I think more so just people just can't get outside of their own. Like, also the other thing too, and I hope people understand that, is like your algorithm gets curated to keep you engaged.
And that's
so
it.
If you respond to things, the engagement circle, the engagement square, which is your phone, wants you to stay engaged. And so it gives you more stuff based on what you interacted with. So if you watch a video that tells someone how much they hate something, and you sit there and you watch it, eventually what happens is they show you more of it. And then you'd be shocked to find out how little time it takes for you to be in that little circle of hate. You might actually start to believe it.
That's the thing. That's it right there. Convincing people that what they like, that they're wrong for liking what they like.
Correct.
It's insane to me. But that's what happens. And I think we've all had those experiences where you like something and then you hear people talking shit about it and you almost feel dumb. You know, you wonder, okay, am I just a lemming? Am I just a follower? Am I just a sheep for liking this? Am I stupid if I had the wool pulled over my eyes?
Mm-hmm.
And then you talk yourself out of liking it. I did that with the prequels for a long time. Yes, there's stuff about the prequels that is objectively kind of, you know,
It's
a mess.
bad. It's fine.
But I loved the prequels for a long time. I was a full-blown prequels apologist for a long, long time. And then I talked myself out of liking it. Or I culture talked me out of liking it for a while. And I had to come back around.
Mm-hmm.
And I wasn't happy during that time at all. So it's not like anyone who hated the prequels did anything good. It's not like there was no net good out of that whole situation.
But people were very vocal about not liking it. And they were so vocal about it that it really shook some people up. And they looked for, in my opinion, some of the wrong things. We probably got some of the raddest art direction in all of Star Wars from the prequels. We got some of the coolest designs. We got some of the best costumes. The script was clunky. Everyone knew it. But at the same time, like, look at the whole generation that's like appreciating how amazing the final monologue is between Obi-Wan and Anakin Skywalker and Mustafar. Like, there's just so many things that are just getting over your own reactions and maybe not immediately going to the internet yelling about it. Just being like, I'm going to sit here for a second. I'm going to think about this. I've actually come to appreciate so many things about The Last Jedi when I walked out of the theater and went, I'm not sure. And I had to go back and watch it again. And even in then, I still had an opinion about it.
I went back at 9 a.m. the next morning, first showing.
Yeah, to rewatch it.
I saw it 3 times in those first few days. Twice because that's what I always did. And the third time because I was so mad that I wanted to go take notes about what I was mad about so I could go complain about it, which brought me nothing but suffering.
It was wasted time.
It sucked. It was so stupid.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't bring me happiness.
Okay, you guys ready?
I can't be ready.
I'm doing something.
Come on. No, don't do that. Whatever you're doing, don't do it, okay?
I don't know if that's the right thing.
More light would be very helpful right now.
Okay, here we go.
Done.
Okay.
Nailed it.
Do you guys see the blasters?
Yes.
Okay, but look at the green blasters, right? So you can actually, I'm going to shoot them at the screen. Ready?
Ah!
Nice.
I think I just scratched my lens. Okay, let's not do that. Not do that. That was awesome. Okay, cool.
So you win? You're done?
Yep.
Damn it.
I definitely won. I actually didn't complete Lego Bob or Jedi Bob. So I'm
I did. That's the one thing I did do.
Nick won.
You beat me.
It's a team effort. I got the Jedi Bob. You got everything else. You got the moves, baby. I got the motion.
So what should we do? Should we donate these? What should we do?
Yeah, I'm not gonna display this.
This could be a cool thing to donate to kid who we could stoke on Star Wars, I think there's a great idea for that.
You know what? I'm going to give this to my nephew.
Love that.
He's probably going to destroy it.
Hello there.
And that'll be fun.
Yeah. That's a very good idea. I think my nephew is the prime age of the warnings on these. Because he will eat them.
Perfect age to ingest.
This is
All right.
sweet. That's
There we
sweet.
go. Hey, mine's totally done, see? Don't look at the other side. It's done.
Did you do it?
No.
We did it. Dun, 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 dun. What's cool about the Akbar Trooper is its clone armor. Do you like that?
Yes. Very cool.
Dig
Mon Cala clones.
Mon Cala clones. Let's drop.
So why did I have one loose wing piece instead of it being in a bag like the other one?
Honestly, I don't know, but this thing is sick. Look at this.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Come on, don't bullshit me.
Is that blue? Okay, I think that's blue.
Nick, are you doing it?
I was trying to surprise you guys, but I found the one piece, and it was on the floor.
There you go.
But now, I'm trying to at least get this gonk done.
Get this gonked. Let's gonk this gonk.
It's like,
Man, I smoked you guys. Jeez, I'm crow.
you got a lot of space there,
Is that why?
which I don't. Space and light, I got nothing. And experience, I don't know what I'm doing. Some more light would be helpful.
Dunk. It is pretty moody in there. Yeah, I think they're just starting to set out the Christmas advent calendars, which I think are always really fun.
Oh, the Star Wars ones?
Yeah.
The sock collection is...
Is it awesome?
I mean, they're terrible quality socks, but
Yeah.
I love to have them.
But they're fun.
Like single use, deteriorate by 8 p.m. that day socks.
Right.
No, I wear them till the wheels fall off, but they're terrible socks. Because they always come from Kohl's or something like that. You know what I mean?
Sure. Cheap acrylic socks.
How is that stuff? That's sublimation printing, I assume, right?
Yes.
Yeah, definitely.
Color on one side, not on the other.
Love it. Hello there.
Hello there. Nailed it.
Hello there. All right. Well, thank you to Lego for sending these over. I cannot wait to build the Dark Falcon.
That's going to be sick.
That is going to be awesome. I'm very excited about that, especially to get Jedi Vader.
What else can we talk about? Oh, hey, I'll say this, and I'll say it on the podcast, even though
loud and proud,
even though it goes against things that I think to some degree. So a lot of people are not pleased with the Acolyte, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've been watching a lot of Star Trek lately.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, I've heard it compared to Star Trek in some ways. People who don't like Star Trek have said that.
Okay.
We know one of them personally. Very closely.
Is it me?
No.
Can I interject real quick? New Star Trek or old Star Trek?
Period. Some
Star
people
Trek.
just, you know, who aren't into it. People
which is
compare it to
also
No,
me.
but I mean, what are you watching? Sorry. New or old?
Mostly new lately, but I always bounce back to the Next Generation here and there. I'm like continuously in a state of rewatch with that, you know. But I've been watching a lot of the new Paramount Plus stuff, which is great. I mean, Strange New Worlds is like top tier.
Yeah, I didn't do that yet. What was the first one?
Discovery.
Yeah, I watched the first season of that. Michelle Yeoh was in that, which I thought was great. And then I watched Picard, but then I didn't follow up.
Oh, dude, season 3 of Picard is all time. It's incredible. First 2 seasons, they were fine. I could watch Patrick Stewart just fart for 45 minutes a week, and I would be happy. But
Nice.
Season 3 it's exactly what everyone wanted. It's incredible. So I love Strange New Worlds. It has 2 of my favorite Star Trek things ever. 2 episodes on there are literally in my top 5 favorite Star Trek stuff ever. One is the Lower Decks crossover, the animation crossover, and the other is Subspace Rhapsody.
I heard Lower Decks is great.
Lower Decks is amazing. I feel like I'm not a deep cut, rewatch Star Trek a billion times enough fan to really get the most out of it, because it's like Family Guy for Star Trek, in the way that it just references back so much stuff, and it's so quick-witted that it's hard to keep up with. So I know there's a lot that I need to go back and watch multiple times now that I'm catching up. But there's a crossover episode that includes animation, and then they jump into live action, and it's these 2 actors who you'll know from other stuff. Huey from The Boys plays one of the characters. He voices one of the characters, and of course plays him in live action. Anyway, it's great. That and Subspace Rhapsody, which is actually a musical. I don't really get down with musicals, but it's amazing. And it's, I don't know, I don't want to spoil anything. Anyway, some of my favorite stuff ever in Star Trek. And then, Discovery is very dramatic, like, you've seen. Like, it's not as just swashbuckling kind of adventurous vibe as a lot of other stuff. It's much more dramatic, and it's cool, and it reminds me, it makes me feel like they're trying to do a little prestige TV, a little Star Wars, a little bit of everything, that other people outside of Star Trek might be compelled to watch if they bring that into Star Trek, and it's really good. And it had me thinking when we were watching The Acolyte, and people were comparing it to Star Trek. Yeah, it is a little Star Trek-y in the way that I'm trying to think of a specific episode that felt like that, but the Jedi kind of feel almost Vulcan in a way in the High Republic era. There's so much about their process and their rules, and there's some other characteristics about the way the show is written and directed that remind me of Star Trek. And that's not a bad thing at all for me. And I was trying to understand, why does it feel like that? What about it don't people like? Because ultimately, like, you look at any other sci-fi on TV, you look at a lot of other fantasy on TV, none of it hangs with Star Wars at all. Like, none of it's on that level.
Right.
But the only Star Wars that we know, the bar is set by cinema. The bar wasn't set by TV in the 60s. The bar was set by groundbreaking cinema in 1977, and it only went up from there. And down, depending on who you are. But the bar is at a different place. So when you get TV that inherently, inevitably, will have a lower production value, will have different types of writing, different types of storytelling because it's a different format. People are so critical of it because they just have different expectations. what helps something like The Mandalorian or Ahsoka or any of the animation rise to another level for people, I don't think it's just the storytelling. I don't think it's just the production value. I think it's the music.
Yep. I mean,
because look at the prequels. For all everywhere the prequels came up short, Williams brought it all up to 10 regardless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, music changes everything, whether or not we're conscious of how big of a deal it is. Like, to me, it's 50-50 with Star Wars. I can hear the first 3 notes of Leia's theme and I start choking up. I can hear the first 3 notes of the Binary Sunset. I'm losing my shit. I think if the Acolyte and maybe the Book of Boba Fett,
Boba Fett,
if they had Williams style scores, like all the stuff that the Kiners did with the animation and Ahsoka, people would feel very differently. Imagine like a traditional Williams score with the Acolyte. People would totally receive that differently.
Agreed.
It's better writing
It would
and
help.
acting than the prequels in terms of
It
like
definitely would
dialogue
help.
and acting. You know?
Yeah, and you can't just say necessarily. I guess the I fully agree that it's music. I can't say that it's like should only be John Williams style because the Mandalorian song's a hit. You know, like that was a. I could see the Mandalorian not doing a certain percent as well if it didn't have that jam. You know, and that wasn't necessarily a John Williams type song. So I think music is important, very important, and I agree with that sentiment. But yeah, there hasn't really been too many bangers since. And like Ahsoka leans on stuff that was already written for Clone Wars pretty much.
So I thought about that as well. You're right, The Mandalorian is not Williams' style, but it's so much better than what any other composer is doing out there below the Williams tier.
Definitely, yeah.
Those themes are like the best out there. I think it crushes everything Hans Zimmer is doing, everything Michael Gia, how do you pronounce his name?
Giacchino.
Yeah. Everything Alan Silvestri's doing, it just like it crushes all of it. Because that dude is a genius. So it's different, but it's familiar enough and it's high quality enough, and those hooks like create that resonance, those motifs just stick right in our brains and hearts.
Yeah, it's about hooks, you know? Like there's a big difference between having like tonally vibey stuff. Like look at Dune, you know, like that's all tonal vibey stuff. But you know, there's no Galactic Empire, you know, there's no metal band for Dune, you know, because all of the stuff that Galactic Empire plays is all just riffs, you know, like it's all hooks.
Yeah, like when we came out to the Galactic Empire version of the Mandalorian theme at Mosh Eisley, I was pumped, ready to go. You know, there's no mistaking the power of that stuff. So I think it's music, man. And that's not to say that the other stuff isn't good. It's all good. All these composers are great. But the bar is so high with with Williams. We're talking about like a bar that was set almost 50 years ago with this groundbreaking cinema and this groundbreaking reintroduction of this style, old Hollywood style score in this combination that we'd never seen. People's expectations are just unrealistic, and then I don't think they understand what isn't working for them. And I didn't understand it for a long time. And because again, like I really liked The Acolyte. Do I think it was the best? No, but I really liked it. And it wasn't until I sat and thought about it and watched a bunch of Star Trek and heard all these things that it kind of just clicked for me. Because I couldn't, I had, aside from the, the power of one, the power of two, the power of many, I couldn't recite any of the music in that show. I don't think any of us could.
Right.
I don't know if this is like a parallel conversation to have, but I'm going to talk about wrestling for a minute.
Okay.
The quickest way that a wrestler could get over these days is literally their music. It's a huge deal. So, I mean, there's coming from musicians. I mean, I think we notice these things more than others.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, music helps a lot.
When you say the quickest way they could get over, meaning
like become popular.
Yeah.
There's people who are like halfway decent wrestlers, but have a banger jam that they walk out to, and people lose their mind. It's entertainment, you know. It's not about being the best wrestler. It's about being entertaining, and music is a big part of it.
Right.
Yeah, we did Story of the Year, did a theme song for a wrestler years ago. We just basically recorded the song that was already picked to be the theme song. He may have already been walking out to it. This dude Christian, do you know that guy?
Yep.
And it's in our top like 5 or 6 songs on Spotify.
Oh
still.
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
We've never played it. Ryan and Dan recorded all of it. I didn't even live in the city at the time, but it's this huge song. We're never gonna play it, I'm gonna be honest. But because wrestling is there's a whole other ass subculture there.
I mean, the more I've gotten into it in the last 4 or 5 years, it's like I don't even think you'd call it subculture. It's like more popular than just about anything. It's very crazy. Like it's a multi-billion-dollar business. Like I would say I'd be shocked if it wasn't on par with the NFL. That's how popular it is.
Yeah, it's wild. It's like video games. It's there's a lot of money there.
We should start watching. We could just turn Thank the Maker into a wrestling podcast, because that shit is on like 5 nights a week. We would have plenty to talk about.
I never got into wrestling.
Not even as a kid. Yeah,
No.
it was big for me as a kid, and then I legit took like 20 years off until about 2020.
I think I was so into ninjas and movies, and then like actual boxing and Mike Tyson and stuff at the time.
Right.
And I didn't understand that it was supposed to be theatrical, and everyone was so into it. And I was like, you guys, this is fake, right? You guys know this is fake, right?
Yeah.
And I didn't understand, and no one communicated to me what it was supposed to be, so I just didn't get it, and I just went through life not getting it.
Sure. No, I think we watched WrestleMania or something, and when I was in 8th grade, and The Rock, and that was Candy Ass Rudy Poos or whatever and that was it. After that, I was like,
Yeah, I think it was pretty. I mean, obviously it did fine, but it was pretty worthless as far as I'm concerned for like 2 decades. But in that time, it also grew, and now it's bigger than ever.
Right.
So,
hey,
either
for the
way,
record, I love The Rock.
Yeah,
as a dude,
he rules.
he's okay.
Hey, does Jedi Bob have a cape?
Yeah, it came in this box.
Oh,
It's like that.
Let me cape this boy.
I'll tell you, because I'm a Lego master. It was in this box.
Oh, so I have to rip his body apart to put it on him?
No.
You have to.
Fold it
There's
over.
there's those 2 holes that you put on his little neck nub, and then put his head on.
Both holes go on that?
Yeah.
So that it bends.
Oh, it kind of
And then you put his head
out.
on. Yep. Because I'm a Lego master. I'll tell you how to put the cape on.
Wouldn't it be cool to have 2 faces and all you had to do was just flip around your head like this? There he is. Boop.
Did you do it? Did you finish it?
Oh, yeah. You haven't been watching our YouTube stream?
I have been. Oh, cool.
Look at that. That's pretty sick. I don't know if it makes that sound.
Right. Well, thanks for coming, Nick. We appreciate you being here.
Hey, once I've got this one piece, I got Servo done.
Gonk.
Gonk.
Did that in unison. All right, that's going to wrap us up, I guess. Should we do an after show for the patrons?
Yeah, we
Absolutely.
should do that. That's fun.
Chat pack. Let's pick
a
something.
Huge shout out to Star Wars and Lego for sending these over. I think we said it at the top of the show. I know it's been a long show, but you know the Star Wars Lego stuff has been so fun. Not only just in the video games, but also all of these little shorts that they don't have to make for us, but they drop them at summer vacation. They drop them at Christmas. They drop them at Halloween, and they're always super entertaining. And it really does kind of satisfy just a nice little all the beats, all the little inside jokes about Star Wars. They're always completely awesome. So thanks to Star Wars and Lego for sending these over. And Rebuild the Galaxy premieres on Disney Plus on
Friday the 13th.
Friday the 13th. We are now 1 day away. Drops tomorrow. So please do go check that out. Tweet about it. Talk about it. We'll get more of it if you do. So,
and we'll talk about Rebuild the Galaxy in detail next week. We'll be covering it in full. So meet us back here for that. And in the meantime, for the patrons, in the technology category of the chat pack, we have a what if.
Wow.
What if Anakin Skywalker's lightsaber had been lost on Mustafar? How would Luke and Rey's journeys have changed?
Oh.
That's in the after show for patrons. Patreon.com/thankthemakerpod if you want to hear that. And to everyone who watched and listened and plans on building Lego, may the Force be with you. If you enjoy Thank the Maker, you can support us by following and leaving a review on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen. Or you can support us directly at patreon.com/thankthemakerpod, where you can get access to our Discord server, exclusive content, exclusive merch, our recording live stream, and more. Our patrons quite literally make Thank the Maker possible.